all. So today we are going to study the second type of control statements, which is the iteration statement. So in the previous video we have already studied about the first type of control statement, which is the selection statement or decision making statement. So today we will discuss about the iteration statement, the types of iteration statement and some of its examples. So basically iteration statements in any programming language are used for iteration or looping. What do you mean by looping or iteration is, as I mentioned earlier, in any programming language the normal execution will be in a simple sequential manner. So in a situation where you have to execute multiple lines multiple times, then we have to use iteration statements. So in a program where we have to print numbers from 1 to 10, we have the upper and lower limit as 1 and 10. So in between 1 and 10, we have to print all the natural numbers. So some steps or some programming lines have to be repeatedly executed in such a program. So in such a situation, we have to use iteration statements. Statements that execute a block of code repeatedly until and unless a specified condition is met are generally called iteration statements or looping statements. That means, as I mentioned earlier, in a program, some particular lines have to be repeatedly executed, or a block of code have to be repeatedly executed until a particular condition is satisfied. So, for a particular type of execution, we have to use iteration statements, otherwise called looping statements. So, in Java, there are 4 types of looping or iteration statements, which are while loop, do while loop, for loop and for each loop. So, the first iteration statement is while. The syntax of while loop is written in the board. So first the keyword while has to be used, while, while, which is the keyword. So it has to be written in a lowercase letter only. Then inside bracket condition has to be specified. Then the next line, inside curly bracket we have to give the statements, and finally semicolon and close the curly bracket. So this is the syntax of while loop. Now we can see an example. So this is an example of a program in which we have used while loop, which is an iteration statement. So first we have used the class public class demo. Here demo is the class name. Then after the curly bracket, public static void main, the main function is mentioned. Then after that, an integer variable I is initialized with value 5. So the value of I is 5. Then while I less than or equal to 15. So the value of I is checked whether it is less than or equal to 15. Then after that, by using system.out.println function, we are printing the value of I. Then in the next line, I equal to I plus 2. By the statement I equal to I plus 2, the value of I is incremented by 2. So whatever the value in I, it will be added with 2 again and again. Then close the curly bracket of while, main function and class. So in this particular program, system.out.println of I and I equal to I plus 2 are the 2 lines inside the while loop. So these 2 lines will be repeatedly execute until the value of I is less than or equal to 15. This condition become false. So until the condition inside while is false, this 2 line will repeatedly execute. Value of I is initialized as 5. Then in the next line, value of I is checked as less than or equal to 15. So in the first iteration, the value of I is equal to 5 and which is less than or equal to 15. So by using print function, the value of I is displayed, and in the output screen the first value or first output will be 5 itself. Then in the next line, I equal to I plus 2. So in the first iteration, as I mentioned earlier, the value of I is 5. So 5 value of I is incremented by 2. So 5 plus 2 equal to 7. So now the value of I is 7. And again the while loop will execute. So 7 less than or equal to 15, which is also true. Then 7 will be displayed. Then after printing the value of I which is equal to 7. Again the value of I is incremented by 2. So 7 plus 2 equal to 9. Again the condition of while loop is checked. 9 less than or equal to 15. Again it is true. So 9 is displayed in the screen. Again it is added with 2. So we get 11. So 11 is again less than or equal to 15. So 11 also get displayed. Then again it is added with 2, gets 13. 13 is also less than 15. So again 13 is displayed in the screen. Again it is added with 2. So we get 15. 13 plus 2 equal to 15. So the condition while 15 less than or equal to 15 is true. So by using the println function, again 15 will be displayed in the output screen. Again 15 plus 2 gives 17. So 17 is checked in the while loop. 17 less than or equal to 15, which is false. 17 is not less than or equal to 15. So since this statement becomes false, the execution from the while loop will terminate, and the output of this particular program will be 5, 7, 9, 11, 13 and 15. So next comes the second iteration statement, which is the do while iteration statement or looping statement. So the syntax of do while is nothing but do in small letters, then the curly bracket is open. Within the curly brackets we have to specify the body of the loop or the statements. Then after closing the curly bracket, we have to specify the while loop along with conditions. So while inside the bracket condition, then after that particular statement ends, we have to specify the semicolon, which is not present in normal while condition. So in the previous type of iteration statement, we have studied the while, in which while after while condition we didn't use the semicolon, but in case of do while we must have to use semicolon after while condition. It's in the syntax itself. So an example of do while loop. First we specify the class. So public class demo. Demo is the name of the class. Then public static void main. So the main function is used. Then inside the main function int I equal to 20. So a variable, an integer variable I is initialized with value 20. Then inside that do iteration statement is used. So do, the keyword do is used. Then after opening the curly bracket, system.out.println I. That means the value of I is printed. So here the value of I is initialized as 20. So before checking the value itself, the value of I will be printed in the displayed in the screen, which is 20. So the first output will be 20. Then after printing the output 20, the value of I is incremented by 1. That means I equal to I plus 1. So the value of 20 is added with 1. So 20 plus 1 equal to 21. So now the value of I is 21. Then while I less than or equal to 20. So now the value of I is 21, which is checked I 21 less than or equal to 20, which is a false statement. Since the value of I, which is 21, is not less than or equal to 20, the condition is false. This particular loop will not get executed and the execution of the loop stops here. So the output will be 20 only. Third type of iteration statement is for loop. So syntax is for, inside the round brackets, initialization, condition and updation. So in order to separate initialization, condition and updation, we have to specify semicolon in between them. We can't use colon or comma, something like that. We must have to specify semicolon itself. So for, inside round bracket, initialization, after that semicolon, then condition, again semicolon, then after that updation, then the round bracket is closed, and in the next line, inside the curly bracket, the body or the statement or the code to be executed has to be returned. Then after that, curly bracket has to be closed. So this is the syntax of for loop. Now we can see an example of for loop. First, public class demo. Then inside that the main function. After that, I have specified for int I equal to 1, I less than or equal to 0, I plus plus, where int I equal to 1 is the initialization, I less than or equal to 10 is the condition, I plus plus is the updation statement. So all of these are separated by using a semicolon. Then after that, system.out.println of I. So initially the value of I is 1. So I is less than or equal to 10. So since I is 1, 1 is less than or equal to 10, which is true. So the execution goes inside the loop, where by using println function we are displaying the value of I 1. So the first output will be 1 itself. Then after exiting from the for loop, the value of I is updated I plus plus. So I plus plus denotes that the value of I is incremented by 1. So the value of I, which is 1, is incremented by 1. So 1 plus 1 equal to 2. Now 2 is less than or equal to 10, which is also correct. So by using println function, the current value of I, which is 2, is displayed in the screen. So the second output will be 2. Again, the value of I is updated by using the update statement. So 2 plus 1 equal to 3. So 3 is less than or equal to 10, and the value of I, current value of I, which is 3, is also displayed in the screen. So the next output will be 3. Similarly, the value of I gets incremented to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these all values are less than 10. So these all values are printed or displayed in the screen. After 9, again the value of I gets incremented. So I becomes 10, and 10 is less than or equal to 10. So 10 is equal to 10. So the statement is true, and the value of I 10 is displayed in the screen. So again the value of I, that means 10 is incremented by 1, which is 11. So 11 is less than or equal to 10. This condition becomes false. So whenever the condition inside the for loop becomes false or it becomes wrong, the execution exit from the loop body. So after exiting from the loop body, program also stops. So the output will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10 itself. Next iteration or looping statement is the for each iteration statement. So for each is another array traversing technique. So basically the concept of array is same in all the programming languages. It is used to store a huge amount of data in the same data type. So in order to traverse array in Java programming, we can use for each, which is almost similar like the for loop, while loop and do while loop. Basically the for each loop starts with the keyword for, like a normal for loop. Instead of declaring and initializing a loop counter variable, in for each we have to declare a variable that is the same type as the base type of the array, followed by a colon, and after that we have to specify the array. So syntax of for each is for, inside the bracket, type denotes the data type, then var means variable or the name of the variable, then after that colon is used, not semicolon, colon have to be used, then the array, we have to specify the array, then after closing the round bracket, in the next line inside the curly bracket we have to write the body or the statement of the loop. So this is an example of for each iteration statement. First the class demo is mentioned, then after that the main function is used, then inside the main function char vowels. Char vowels, here the vowels is a array which carries some of the items such as A, E, I, O, U. So we can see that the variable vowels can hold multiple data at the same time. But all of these data are of the same data type, character type. So because of this we can say vowels as an array. So vowel is an array which carries A, E, I, O, U. Then after that, by using a for each loop, for that we have to first specify the keyword for. Then inside the round bracket, as I mentioned earlier, we have to first specify the data type. So here the data type is char or character. So char is the keyword it is mentioned. Then after that the name of the variable. So I choose the variable as item. It can be A, B or any identifier. Then after specifying the variable name, colon is used. After the colon, the array name is specified. So the array we have specified in this particular program is vowels. So vowels is returned. After that the round bracket is closed, and then inside the curly bracket by using println function the items are displayed. So item specifies each of the values in array, and the output of this particular program will be A, E, I, O, U. since the array vowels contain a, e, I, o, u. So this was all about the different iteration statements in Java. So basically there are 4 type of iteration statements, for each, do while and while. So I hope you all like my video. Those who like my videos, please subscribe and share. Thank you.